Hell yeah.
All right. Aloha and welcome to the PUNAtic Punk Rock Podcast. I am your host and Surgeon General. With us, we have the faithful doctor, Dr. Deadbeat, and
Good evening.
the other doctor, Brian Rupp.
That's me.
Yes, he performs
Medical doctor.
life-saving surgery for hookers
That's right.
and only hookers.
If they don't get heroin, if I don't have sex with them and give them money for drugs, they could die from an overdose. I mean, withdrawal. Fuck, I fucked up my own joke. Anyway, they could die from withdrawals if I don't give them money for drugs. So, yes.
You got to do it. It's a Hippocratic Oath, I believe it's called.
Yeah. I'm kind of like Mother Teresa. I'm a beacon for the society.
Yep. And tonight I'm going to talk about things I have no business talking about. What do you guys know of the Philippines?
Isn't it led by a psychopath?
Yes. But recently they had an election. And you know who won?
Was it not the psychopath?
No,
Oh.
it was another psychopath's son.
The lineage continues.
The lineage.
Hunter Biden.
Uh,
That's who was the next president. Hunter Biden.
Yep. No. The next president is a man named, his nickname is Bong
Was
Bong
it you?
Marcos.
Did you win the election?
Did I win the election?
Is it
There's Bong Bong.
His name is Bong Bong Marcos.
Bong
Or
Bong?
Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Ooh.
Does that name ring any bells?
Ferdinand?
Ferdinand
What?
Marcos.
No, it doesn't ring any.
Why is that so familiar and ominous?
Because you lived around a bunch of Filipinos most of your life.
I have, yes. We all have.
He was like the president of the Philippines at one point, right?
For more than one point, he was president of the Philippines for nearly 2 decades, even though their term limit is 4 years.
Ah, that kind of president.
That kind of president.
Presidente. El Presidente.
Yeah, so he ruled the Philippines under martial law for nearly 2 decades and was chased out of the Philippines and came to Hawaii.
Died in Honolulu, right?
Yeah, he died in Honolulu.
Hey,
Left all his money here, apparently. But
no
now
kidding.
his son is back in the Philippines and ran for office and has become is the new president-elect.
Wow.
And,
Well, it is like, I know people listening, but here on Big Island, we do have like ties to the Philippines. Like a lot of people are like, why are they talking about it? But it's like, how much of the immigrants here are Filipino? Like it's mostly Filipino here.
Yeah, I could name
Yeah.
2 Filipino languages off the top of my head. Just
Yeah, yeah.
Here.
I mean, there's more Filipinos on Big Island than Hawaiians
Yeah,
Yeah, for
or
sure.
white people or any race. Like it's mostly especially like where I live in Hawaiian beaches. I would say easily 50% of the people here could have some Filipino blood in it.
Fucking,
Okay.
I had a friend from high school who was like he was white Filipino, like my friend Andrew, and then Sage is like Filipino.
Yeah, I got in-laws that are Filipino. Like, yeah.
Big population out in Hawaii.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So if you live on Big Island or Hawaii, we do have we know a lot about Filipinos. I don't know if
At least
people
we
would
know a
realize
lot
that.
of Filipinos. We might not know a lot about the history and where they came from and why they came. And
I know they killed Magellan with a spear right through the fucking face. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty based of them.
Yeah. Dude, he was like, I'm gonna take over this island with like 24 guys. They still had crossbows. They didn't even have like real guns yet. And
No, but the Philippines
did not
were like a
work out.
crossroad of like the Asia Pacific. They had like Chinese nations, Indian nations, Muslim like city states, and Japanese pirates around. Like when the Spanish
they're really I would love to go there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Beautiful place, but I don't want to go there right now.
with the new presidente.
Well, it's kind of a continuation of well, here, let's play a song. Let's play
Yeah.
Let's play a song about I guess let's play a song about his father and his mother.
They were musicians.
Yeah, they were musicians. They had many songs made after them and made for them.
Wow, that's very nice.
Yes, and many punk songs are made specifically for
So
Amelia
it's
and
a muse for
Ferdinand
he was a
Marcos.
muse. So these are songs dedicated to him.
Oh yeah, definitely dedicated. Specifically, this one is for Amelia Marcos and Ferdinand Marcos Sr. This is Conjugal Dictatorship, which is people call what's going on in the Philippines the conjugal dictatorship because, well, both of them would take reins, well, not just take reins, but would influence. Because what Marcos did at the beginning, and before he declared martial law and things, was he placed all his family in power. Stop me if you heard this before.
No, this is all news to me. I know that's always really, really good.
And so his wife had a shit ton of influence, and so Ferdinand's rule is called the conjugal dictatorship. I believe I
know in America, because President Andrew Jackson from Tennessee, who we all know is a super nice guy, when he got elected president, he fired like everyone and replaced all these jobs with friends and family. And they passed a law. It's called like the Jackson Law, where it is you can't become president and like fire everyone and replace them with friends and family. But that was put in place because of Andrew Jackson. Here.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a piece of shit.
You guys get the song?
Yes, I'd stay there.
I do.
All right.
Yes, sir.
This is Conjugal Dictatorship by War Infection off the compilation album Know Your Enemy. And I'm going to play a lot off of this compilation album.
Awesome.
I'll talk more about it after we play the song. That was Conjugal Dictatorship by War Infection off the compilation Know Your Enemy Volume 2.
Heavy stuff.
Yeah. Well,
The Fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victimized Fallen by the dictatorship. I guess that's the
Well, they're talking about like near the end how they will not forget what happened during a dictatorship, all the kidnappings and tortures. And recently during Duterte's reign, and we'll get into Duterte, that psycho fucking path.
Oh man.
Which Bong Bong has said, you could join my cabinet. fact, his daughter, Duterte's daughter, is vice president. Going to be a vice president elect with Bong Bong. So we got two like political dynasties of their own, each uniquely fucked up. But under Duterte, they've been like really trying to change the history of the Marcos regime as being like a great time when martial law brought peace and order. And so
yeah, that's always good when there's martial law.
You know,
It's the best, especially if there's not like an emergency. Just like it's just Sunday, we're gonna do it. There's not like loot.
well,
like I've seen martial law twice in America. Once in New Orleans after Katrina.
Oh yeah.
And then in Hawaiian beaches during the lava.
oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was kind of a reason. It wasn't just like, oh, it's Tuesday.
Martial law time.
No,
Yeah.
there was a volcano going off.
Yeah, the looting. You guys remember that? They put the signs up. It was like anyone, martial law, anyone caught. They're pretty much saying they would execute you like a soldier if you were fucking stealing.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, then in New Orleans, after Katrina, they were driving around in like Humvees, like full of soldiers with like M16s. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. But he installed a dictatorship for, I think, 15 years or something like that, through martial law. So 15 years of martial law.
Did he have like elections in parentheses?
At first and at the end, but in the middle section, like, no, there was no election. So it says too many communists. We got to fight the communists. The New People's Army is terrorizing the countryside, and they kind of were. The New People's Army is much better than the dictatorship or Marcos or anything, but they're not the best people.
It's cool too. I always think like people that are listening to us, but I don't know if people realize the Philippines were part of America for a hot minute.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
We got them during the Spanish-American War. That's how we got Guam, Cuba, Puerto Rico.
But we didn't just like get up instantly. Like we helped their revolution, and then Spanish were like, we can't surrender to Filipinos. We need to surrender to white people. And so they had a kind of a fake mock battle at Manila Bay, where they wouldn't let the Filipinos join in the battle to take it back from the Spanish. And they kind of fired a few shots, and some people didn't know it was fake, and started shooting off, but were stopped recently. And they switched over power to the United States underneath the Filipinos' noses.
I know we kicked them. Like I thought maybe we were cool and just gave the Philippines back to the Filipinos. I looked it up. I was like, oh no, we
dicked around on that for decades. We said, yeah, we'll give you independence, but when you're ready for our little brown brothers, sure, haha.
Let's see what we can get out of you before we let you go.
And even
let's make sure there's no natural resources we can.
Yeah, and even afterwards,
let's make sure there's no gold or diamonds. They ban slavery. I don't know. We'll see what sugar cane. Let's see if the market. Let's see how that does. If rubber trees come back, like.
Yeah, and once we give you independence, we have priority here, right? Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
And the CIA actually helped install a few presidents, after the hook spell of hot.
CIA always good guys. Never done anything fucked up. Never. How does the CIA even exist? Like every year, it's like I don't even know how you not just decommission the CIA. It's like you guys have just done too much fuck. Like you make the KGB look pale.
Your job description is war crime.
It's all the time. They just busted McGinn in the Middle East torturing guys in the salt pit. It turned out that was going on the whole time. They're like, no, we never were torturing guys. And it was like, yeah, there was what do they call them? Black rooms or something? Black jails?
Yeah,
black sites. Don't exist. Guantanamo Bay, all that shit. It's like, ugh.
Everybody's too afraid to decommission the CIA because of what the CIA will do before they decommission.
I totally think they killed one of them or the FBI. Someone killed Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they were killing all
Like-
kinds of black leaders at that time.
Not a doubt in my mind.
Like they
Especially
helped,
like being
bring down
from
Huey Newton.
Tennessee, dude. I've heard this my whole life that MLK was assassinated by the government. In Tennessee, I heard this my whole life.
It's kind of an open
Oh.
secret.
There's just so like none of the shit matches. The bullet didn't match, the gun didn't match. Where they said he was shot from, there was a fucking massive oak tree in the way. The government came and cut it down at like 4 a.m. And the next day the tree was gone. Like, where's the tree? And they're like, yeah, see, the shot could have happened. It was like, this tree has been here for 80 years. They're like, what? No, it wasn't. Can you prove it? Like, it's so. Dude wasn't even in Memphis. Dude, what, James Earl Ray, whatever the fuck, he was in Arkansas. He was not even in Tennessee that day.
I didn't know all these
Right.
details. I thought like the guy was a CIA stooge or FBI stooge or something, or just a fall guy.
Dude, he totally was set up. Like, his biggest reason to why he was set up, it was like, dude, I'm in a Tennessee state prison where it's like 90% black. Do you think if they actually thought I killed him, they would let me live? But yeah, everyone in the jail was like, yeah, you were set up. Like, that's what cops do here in Tennessee. They fucking ruin. Like, that's why they picked Tennessee, because they knew the cops would play ball. Like, we're gonna tell you this is how it goes down. Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're corrupt as shit. Like, Memphis, the whole state of Tennessee is corrupt, and Memphis is like the corruptest of corrupt. Sorry, I'm
South
going on a
is-
tangent here. You got to redirect
no,
us
no.
back towards the Philippines.
Yeah, which is also a corrupt system, which brings all the cops are in the politicians' hands.
Wasn't
Sad.
didn't
I
like
love all my Filipino brothers and sisters.
didn't under Duterte they had like a thing where they're wiping out drug addicts and families who like
Yes.
protected drug addicts.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. They were calling the war on drugs, and they're
Protecting drug addicts, you mean of rehabs?
no, like families or
Yeah.
like no, this is our son. He's hooked on drugs, but he's getting better. But no, if you're protecting a drug addict,
You're gonna die.
yeah.
Oh,
They're
my
just
dad's a drug addict, so I'd fucking, yeah. I'd
Uh,
protect him. They'd kill me. I'm sure they consider me a drug addict.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. They're like, you grow the pot. Do they
And,
consider pot a drug over there?
yeah,
Oh, they'd hang me by my thumb.
sentence is death.
yeah.
I mean,
the police don't even have to do it.
yeah. Holy
They
shit.
could just do it like out in the open and then have you identified later.
Just shoot me in the head
Yep.
and then let a neighbor go find my mom and be like, yeah, your son's shot in the head. He's out by the. Yeah. Man, that's. I feel for them. That
Yeah.
sucks, man. How are they able to get away with this? Like, I don't understand anything about the world.
How are they able to get away
I
with
wish
it?
I did.
Yeah,
How's the leader? Because they don't we can't control them because they don't have any major exports, so we can't put tariffs on them because they're just kind of on their own.
Well, they got closer to China afterwards.
Okay.
Then Trump came into power, and then they kind of they weren't buddy, but they weren't waving their finger
Antagonistic.
at them like Obama would have. And then really can't do anything. It's a different country, and I think the CIA don't care because they're still putting down communists, and a lot of the population doesn't care because drug addicts are seen as not people. And it's really kind of united, if I were to use a Marxist term, united all the classes against the lumpen proletariat. In a way of
I talked to some people kind of older generation who from the Philippines and stuff.
mhm.
They approved of that. It was weird. like these like kind of average normal people in the their 50s, 60s. They were just like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with that. They're just cleaning up the streets.
Yeah, and clean up the streets with such a heavy hand. A lot of innocent people die.
Yep.
And even if they're not technically innocent in the eyes of their law, we would consider them like we would never use such a heavy hand for they're victims of drugs.
They're not.
Are they really religious there? Catholic.
Catholic.
Yeah, really
Catholic.
It kind of sounds like how it is in Tennessee, where it's like, because in Tennessee, there's a lot of guys that are like fucking drug addicts. We should just round them up and shoot them all. So I wonder if it's like that religious, like, because Tennessee, a lot of guys, if you go out to a bar and have a couple shots with some, locals in Tennessee.
Duterte is kind of a weird character in that, yes, he appeals to that kind of religious hate, but Duterte himself is he has some quotes, man. Let me look up a few Duterte quotes. But while I'm doing that, here's a song called "Victim of Drugs."
Hell yeah!
By who is this by? "Victim of Drugs" by Burial Sucks. Again, off the Know Your Enemy compilation. And I believe
I like the name. I love the name. Burial Sucks.
Yeah.
Like burial, like you dig a grave.
Yeah, Burial Sucks.
That's funny. I love it. Great punk name.
This is a matter of survival for my country. I'm really very sorry to all. If I have to say, hindi naman I'm sorry for for the decision, but I'm sorry for those na tinamaan.
Never took politics. I never took a third thing. Thought it done pretty close. When it wasn't my name. Lost the son of victims. Very good. Make me so big I'm saying. They don't understand. Where does this mean? This is me. So I'm saying kill me. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you. Nothing good for anything. Second best for everything. Fucking non-violent. Abuse and freedom of sex. Lost the sound of victims. Very good. Making so big I'm saying. They don't understand. Where does this mean? This is me. So I'm saying kill me. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims of drugs. Victims. Fuck you.
That was "Victims of Drugs" by Burial Sucks.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was sick.
And
That was sick, dude. Bro, that reminded me, the lead singer reminded me of Darby Crash from the Germs. And then the licks reminded me a lot of Suicidal Tendencies.
yeah,
But I was sick, bro. That would, holy fuck. I would love to see those motherfuckers live.
I looked up a few live shows from some of these bands, and they all seem to have great crowds, even if they're just in the middle of the fucking forest.
Yeah. I would totally see. I'd go to the fucking woods. Those are the best shows anyway.
Okay.
Best punk shows I ever went to was in a basement of some house with fucking 15 kids and a bunch of beer cans piled up. Like,
Nice.
Those are.
Here is a few. I wanted to give you a few quotes from Duterte about the Catholic Church. This is one he made after Pope Francis visited Manila. He said,
My favorite Pope.
I wanted to call him Pope, son of a whore. Go home. Do not visit us again. He called the Pope a son of a whore.
Dude, I could never that whole Catholic, like, I was a Southern Baptist. They're insane. I grew up with that shit. But that Catholicism, that shit's a whole nother level. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah. Yes.
That's a good quote. I mean, with all the kids they fucked in America, I don't know how anyone could be like, I'm a Catholic still. It's
Yeah,
like,
he said he was raped as a child by a Catholic priest. And
the man that said that quote,
yeah,
and then we're talking about quotes from this band.
no, from the president of the
Holy
Philippines,
shit!
Rodrigo
The
Duterte.
president said that to the Pope.
Yeah,
Holy fuck, bro! I thought we were talking about the guy from this band we just listened to.
no, that's the president of the Philippines.
God damn!
Here's another quote about the drug addicts. So he said, Hitler massacred 3 million Jews. There are 3 million drug addicts. There are, and I'd be happy to slaughter them.
Holy shit.
You should always quote Hitler. That's always like who quotes Hitler? Holy shit!
Well, he doesn't quote, he praises Hitler.
Hey, he kept the
Says,
train
I
running
want to
on
do
time.
that, but for drug addicts.
God
Here's another
damn.
quote. If you are corrupt, I will fetch you using a helicopter to Manila, and I will throw you out. I have done this before. Why would I not do it again?
Holy shit.
He was once a governor of the city of Davao, which is the largest city in Mindanao, the southern big
Oh yeah,
island.
yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about. He was he said, "Oh, don't ever cross me again." And they were in Colombia, and Al Pacino was there, and they threw him out of the helicopter. And he said, "First you get the coke, then you get the women."
I believe that's a different
fucking-
person.
That wasn't him.
Yeah.
Fucking Scarface. Holy shit!
I think they'd get
dude.
along. Here's one. Just because you are a journalist, you are not exempt from assassination if you are a son of a bitch.
Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Give me salt and vinegar and I'll eat his liver. Little quote from what he's fucking quoting Hannibal fucking Lecter.
God damn.
Oh, here's one he made about this one's fucked up. About a nun that was raped in Davao City. He says, I was angry because she was raped. That's one thing. But she was so beautiful. The mayor should have been first. What a waste.
Holy fuck. How did that guy get to the presidency?
Not only that, he's starting on his political dynasty with his daughter. Now, the vice president of the
You know the comedy
President-elect.
shows I run?
yeah,
You know the shitty comedy. Dude, if you were on my show
and just
and you're a
quoted some of
comic
these.
and said that shit, I would kill your mic and be like, let's give it up for Fernandez. All right. Sorry, guys. This is his first time. Comedy's hard. Give him a break. But, like, I wouldn't even let a comedian say that shit at my open mic. At an open mic.
Well, what if
like, dude?
what if the president of the
Jesus
Philippines came to the
shit.
open mic?
Dude, I wouldn't even. And I'm the last guy getting censorship. Like, I've only kicked a guy off stage once or twice. And I was like, dude, I'm just doing this so you don't get punched in the face. I personally don't give a shit. They're gonna riot against you. Like, I am helping you by killing the mic right now and apologizing for you. But holy Christ, even at an open mic in front of 6 people, I'd be like, okay, let's give it up for this guy.
Then he would get salt and vinegar and he would eat your liver, as an act of revenge.
This is why a lot of times I have weapons. Holy shit, he would cut my guts. He got me like a fish.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I reached for the mic, that's it. As soon as I killed his microphone, he would jump the stage and
Yeah.
just start stabbing me in the face.
Yeah, he was
This-
known for like going around in like motorcycle gangs and shooting like drug dealers in his as mayor.
You know what this guy is? You know
They
what he is?
They called him Duterte Harry.
We have a word for this in the punk scene. They're not as big as they are now, but used to be. You know what I'm talking about? The worst guys in the punk scene ever. fucking straight edge. Remember those assholes?
Not so much. No,
Oh, we had, dude. Straight edge for us, because this is a punk podcast. We talk about
yeah.
straight edge in the 90s, late 80s. It was a thing for guys to be like, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. And they would put X's on their hands, because when you're underage at a bar, they put X's on your hands so you can't drink.
Mhm.
These guys would put X's on their hands to be like, I don't drink. And they'd be like adult guys, and a lot of them were like vegan and vegetarians, but they would assault guys that did drugs, like guys that smoked pot and drank. And these guys were real pieces of shit in the punk scene.
Yeah, that
And
sounds
I
like a
remember
piece of
guys
shit.
that did this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, they would assault guys because they were like, oh, it's okay because they were drug. And like, I think what they started off is they thought it was like assaulting a grown-ass man that's selling drugs to a child outside of school. But these guys lived in the suburbs and there wasn't none of that. So they're like, we'll beat up Brian who smokes pot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes to our high school.
It's just an excuse to be violent.
Yes, but they justified it in their head because it's like, oh, they're bad.
Yeah.
So this guy sounds like the ultimate straight edge piece of shit.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And by the way, way he talks.
We're talking
too.
to our audience. We gotta use punk lingo, but this guy's a straight edge piece of shit.
Here's another great song about Duterte's reign of terror. This is Cat Puke with the song KMT off the same album. I'm getting a lot from this album. This album had 100 different songs.
What?
Yeah, it is about the anti-terrorism laws that came out. They got all kinds of bands together to do
Okay. I
fundraising.
thought it was one band. Okay.
No. This is all 100 different bands.
So this is like my MTV Rock the Ball album, Volume 2.
Yeah, but it's a Fuck Duterte album, and specifically Fuck the Anti-Terrorism Law.
This is like the greatest now This Is Music album compilation ever.
Yeah, but this is Filipino punk.
Yes.
So
it's
Know
not
Your
stupid
Enemy,
like now. It's
Volume
awesome.
2. It's free, by the way, if you want, but I highly suggest you
Tell the people where they find
Really?
this.
Bandcamp. Go Bandcamp.
What do you type in?
Type
Okay.
in Know Your Enemy Volume 1. You'll see an album cover of a lot of Duterte's face behind bars, a red
Yep.
circle, and a lot of people giving him the finger. It's
Sounds awesome.
100
I don't know if you already
songs.
said that earlier, but
You could get it for
yeah.
free, but I do recommend you donating something to their cause because God knows they need it.
I'm doing that right now.
fuck yes.
This song is a great song. It's very explicit about what's going on. This is KMT Cat Puke.
There's a man in the dark with a same dark burning in his mouth.
was Cat Puke, but the name Cat Puke, every letter is separated by a space with their song KTM.
That was fucking awesome.
I fucking love how hard that hits.
Oh yeah, it's heavy as shit.
It's instant mosh pit.
Yeah.
As soon as that thing started, it was just like I would immediately start to jump in the middle. Like this is it. Like this.
I like to give everybody a warning. Oh, and a reminder that joining a mosh pit is a blood pact with your brothers and sisters in the age of COVID.
Man, mosh. I mean, everyone is. If no one's ever got to mosh, it's like it's the greatest thing ever. And I've been in moshes with hundreds of people and with like 3 people, and they were all great. Like, but as soon as that thing started, the lyrics are great.
Yeah.
Lyrics are insane. Like lyrics kill it, but immediately as it started, it was just like mosh. Boom.
You were not joking. That has a ton of songs on that album.
Yes, it does. What is it, 116 or something?
Let's find out. Let me see. Think so. Shit, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, I have good memory, I think. I'm pretty sure. Never mind. Fuck that. Sorry. I don't remember.
When it comes to rock music, you do. When it comes to punk.
117. It's 117.
Fucking one off.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucking 117.
Here I am thinking I knew something.
I know, man. Looking like a retard.
Well, anyway, this podcast is technically not about Duterte, even though it's about Duterte. It's about the person who's going to replace him, which is the dictator from the 70s, Ferdinand Marcos, who imposed martial law to stop communism and help the CIA exploit them more. And his son and his wife, who has come back to the Philippines and has not apologized or even recognized any of the things done under martial law. He hasn't given any explanation of where the money went. Neither has his mother. And even though he stole like nearly the entire wealth, like so much money from the Philippines when they were forced out, and one of the most awesome revolutionary events in fucking history, where nearly the whole fucking population turned on them. The radio stations, which gave me inspiration doing the radio shit, was one of the few ones like organizing the people and letting them know what's going on and where to meet in the streets and the fight against the dictatorship. And
it's like in the Warriors.
Yeah, and like the tanks were brought out, and Marcos called up his U.S. allies and said, well, what should I do? And they told him to cut and run. And he sat there for a minute and said, I'm extremely disappointed. Because I think he wanted the go ahead from his puppet masters to not do anything when killing these people. And they didn't give him the go ahead, letting him know that they would not support him. His son, Bong Bong, who is now going to be president, urged his father to shoot the protesters with tanks and machine guns.
What dictator sons are like always a little more like holy shit. It's like
more fucked up, a little
status.
A little more fucked up, a little less capable.
Yeah, it's like Caligula. It's just like, like I don't know, like most kids grow up and are like, oh, I gotta try really hard to make out with this girl. But that guy's just like making harems, whatever they call it, harems of prostitutes, like below him, like on end every day. So the harems, thank you. So by the time he's like 14, he's already grown tired of that stuff. Like, so you know what I'm saying? He goes through like orgies. And he's like, oh, let's try this bondage thing. He's already like 15. He's already like bored with all S&M and nipple clamps, all that shit. And he's like, let's try raping a bitch. Like straight up, like, maybe that'll do it.
Yeah,
but it's never good.
No, a lot of fucked up political dynasties forming and congealing until like a really right-wing ruling class with Duterte and the Marcos regime kind of like forming a new political elite. Here's a song about Bong Bong and his mother. The song's called Mama's Boy by Pink Cow. Again, off the Know Your Enemy compilation.
1, 2. Deploying paramilitary groups to suppress and terrorize the people. The government of notoriety is being on them by the imperialist plunderers. High-end attacks against the grassroots and civilians. Was the desperate drive to boost the AMPs over by an high like model like sun. The perpetrators is at large and always on the run. Like model like sun, the murderers are always on the run. Punish all the perpetrators and murderers on all the U.S. up to the region responsible. As we condemn all kinds of violence for just justice, it's our continual call. We shouldn't let this pass and sincerely address the roots of war. We encourage everyone to take action. That against what's best the same notion. Like mother, like son, the perpetrators is at large and always on the run. Like mother, like son, the murderers are always on the run.
Now with Mama's Boy. Nice fun ska punk song about mother dictator and son future dictator.
I don't do anything with my mom. I wish I did more with my mother.
Yes, let's be a lesson to everybody. Do more with your mother, even if it's ruling a Southeast Asian country with an iron fist.
It's just awful stuff, but it is nice to see a family business. Like with the corporate, all the Amazon. It is good to see. Hey, a good family business. Yeah.
Yeah, they make a lot of money with their family.
Yeah. Yeah, owning the banks and the army.
Yeah, that'll get you paid real well.
Can we imagine being a dictator?
I've imagined it many times. Everybody would put their shopping cart back or die.
That's the first thing you do.
Yep.
Oh, you never
Marshall
left the
supermarket
shopping cart, dude? Oh, it feels great to leave your shopping cart.
Oh, well,
I've done
sorry.
it before.
That's the law. Shotgun to the face.
Just bam.
Yeah. That's why
I hate those people too, but I've also done it before. I had you want to hear a piece of shit thing I did the other day?
If you want that on web, go right ahead. If you think it's worth the story.
I'm sure it's not. But I bring lava down to water down to the lava. So I have 6 trash cans in a pickup truck I filled with water. And I was driving back exhausted. And one of them just flew out of the back. And I was like, fuck it. I was so tired. I was like, I'll just buy another trash can. And I was just so tired. I drove back 2 days later. I'm like, if it's still there, I'll pick it up. And it was gone. So someone probably picked it up and used it because it was pretty much brand new. But I was like, I'm too tired. Fuck it.
Need some straps, man. You just gotta let that shit just ride.
Yeah, well, usually I stack them correctly. I don't got to worry about it. No, I just was half-assing it. But yeah, I littered the other day.
Poo-poo.
I'm proud of it.
Poo-poo on you.
I know. Pretty bad.
Well, I got another quick song about his boy's mama. This is not off that album. I just like this. Well, it's a one-man band. He does everything himself. The Palomas, which I don't know why that's plural. It's one person. But he wrote a number of great straight to the point songs about Amelia, Bong Bong's mother. This is from his album Province of Vagina. It's a quick 1 minute and 3 second song that I think you guys will enjoy.
Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Where is my money? Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Where is my money? Where is my money? Where is my money? What do you mean you left it in Hawaii? Why you are? Why do the poor want to take what's mine? What do you mean you left it in Hawaii? Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Where is my money? Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Imelda, you bitch! Where is my money? Where is my money? Where is my money? You bitch!
And that was Imelda by the Palomas.
Very straight to the point. Very I think the message comes in real clear.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about some of his songs.
I can tell exactly where his money went. It all went to the light rail in Honolulu.
Oh, it's true though. All the Philippines money went to that fucking light rail. That's
Dude, they
failing.
think we got their money. We gotta investigate. Shit, man.
Yeah, that
What did we do with their money?
threw it away.
Where did they live? It wasn't at least our island. Can we clarify? It was
No,
at least
it's Oahu. It was Honolulu.
Okay, well, see, they're the devil. Let's.
They went to Honolulu and like again, some of the Filipino population were for them and some of them against. It's,
All the money
that-
got
this is
shipped
a very
away on the
different
super
world
ferry.
than Honolulu.
and that's where the dictator Marcos died. In Honolulu.
Where do you think he hit it? We'll. I don't know how to investigate.
I don't know.
this.
We should go
know.
investigate this. Start like treasure hunting for Emilio.
The secret of Marcos money.
Yeah. We should start a fucking reality TV show.
I can use all. We can pull all our connections together.
Yeah.
Like,
Lost Filipino gold in Hawaii.
yeah, I know Ginger Fresh that sells vegetable peelers at the farmers market. We'll start there. Ginger Fresh. Do you know what's up? Let me use all my comedy connections to.
We're gonna sniff this out.
We'll find that lost Filipino gold.
Yeah. Was it gold?
Well, it's
The
just a bunch of
balloons? What are we
money
talking
and
here?
a
Rubies?
shit ton of shoes. I mean, a shit
Shoes.
ton of shoes.
He's a sneakerhead, like what Jordans and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, these are the Kobe Jordans 500. All right, shoes. That's our first clue.
Yeah.
Let's Scooby Doo this shit, man.
I'm down. Let's do this. We need a camera crew.
Yeah, we need two ways to go. It's either like A-Team style or Scooby Doo.
I
Those
was thinking
very
like Ghost
effective.
Hunter or one of these like gold mining shows or lost treasure shows. Like Secrets of
Gold
Oak
Rush?
Island. That's it.
I was thinking more like Sasquatch hunters, you know? Just a bunch of crazy bearded people like from the swamp.
I say a mixture of all of them. Let's do it.
How do we find this money? What do we start with? Like just this house or
Yeah, sure. I figured we just ask people.
this is like 80s hackers thing, right? Shouldn't we go like 80s like hack like money?
It's gotta hit the
I
streets and
think like
shake
we
people
need
out.
we're gonna at least need a flip phone to solve this.
Yeah. And someone to hack the mainframe.
Someone to look at us and give a thumbs up and say, we're in.
2 computers, dual wielding keyboards, 2 screens, 2 monitors, both sides.
Nintendo Power Glove.
Oh yeah.
There's no stopping us.
Oh,
So
we
bad.
got the
Fucking-
script. We got this down. This is gold.
Bro, yeah, dude, with the Nintendo Power Glove, you'd hack anything. Fucking the ultimate hacker tool. The Nintendo Power Glove.
I think
And
we're gonna
Nintendo's
find
really
it.
got to bring that back. I don't understand. Like they do motion controls now. Just get a glove so you can just do this. Make it work.
Yeah, you'd think that'd work a lot better.
You would need the Dance Dance Revolution pad that you dance on at the home with the bazooka from the Super Nintendo.
Oh, the Super Scope.
Power Glove, unstoppable.
No, we've got a winning combination there.
Oh yeah, trifecta.
So I don't know what else much to say about Bong Bong besides he's the son of a dictator and he hasn't apologized at all or like given any clue about where the fuck the money's gone.
I know nothing about the Philippines. I've done zero research, but according to fuck Bong Bong,
Yeah.
I agree.
And he's letting Duterte on the cabinet. And for someone named Bong Bong, I think he'd be scared of Duterte.
He's gonna assassinate him. He's gonna take power.
Yeah, his name was Bong Bong. He was a drug dealer.
Not 1 bong, but 2 bongs.
Bong Bong.
I mean, if there was any clearer name of a drug dealing president, Bong Bong's up there next to Cheech and Chong.
What drugs does he deal?
Anything you smoke from a bong.
Really?
Anything.
Like one of those like weird like meth pipe thingies or
Yeah, well, That's the other bong.
It
I
is
had a
an-
friend.
That's why
I
there's
don't want
two
to say who.
bongs.
I got a friend. I don't want to say who, but his name rhymes with it. Ace. And he was telling me like how you make like I've never done like heavy drugs. I'm just a pothead. But you know, like those like glass pipes, they're like round at the end with the hole.
Yeah.
I didn't know how you made those, but he says like you make those yourself from those little like glass tubes that had the roses in them. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude. You like would heat it up and make it round and put the hole in it. I was like, you're literally like doing glass blowing, like a fucking to make your own little crack pipe. And he's like, yeah, or smoke meth. That was his thing. I was like, that's insane. I didn't know you guys like fashion those yourself like a fucking glass blower.
Meth heads are engineers. They're like fourth dimensional engineers. There's a story of a friend's Uncle Frank, uh, where they had one of those glass pipes and they were sharing a bowl of meth, and he realized that if he made the hole smaller, that he would have to share less meth, and so he did with a lighter.
He like as they were smoking it, he made the hole smaller.
Before they were gonna smoke, like 20
Oh.
minutes out, he's reforging his meth pipe to be smaller, so he'd have to share less meth.
Holy shit, dude. This is insane.
Good thing he's not in the Philippines, man.
No, he would never go there. He goes to Amsterdam when he travels.
The safe.
He's
drugs.
about that, all about Barcelona. He loves Barcelona. But I've never been there. I got kicked out of Canada one time. That's the only place I've traveled. It was cool. I had to pay the fines in Canadian money.
Do you have Canadian money?
They had it in the ATM in the lounge, man. Did I tell you about that shit?
No,
I
don't
got
think
kicked
so.
out. Me and my brother, this is, I don't know, 3 years ago. We went up from Vermont into Canada, and I had like under a half ounce of weed. And you're allowed to have under a half ounce of Vermont. That's legal. And they legalized it nationally in Canada. So I was like, I can bring this in. So we were going through the border check, and we were smoking a blunt up to the thing, but I've also been arrested for weed too. So I don't know if it's when they saw my ID or when they like smelled us, but as soon as I pull it up, the dude was like, pull up right there. I was like, shit. They searched the car. I had this shit in my pockets. And they're like, what's in that pocket? And I tried to do like a little dance, like nothing. But I had to pull it out. And I had it like baby jars. I had like under a half ounce. So they were like, what is this? And I wouldn't admit what it is. I was like, I don't know. I've never seen that before in my life. And they're like, you just pulled it out of your pocket. I was like, no. And you can never admit anything. So I told my brother, I was like, let me just take the fall for this. So like they put me in handcuffs. And I was like, yeah, it's all mine. They're like, what? What is all yours? I was like, nothing. So after like hours, it was like in this lobby. It wasn't even like in jail. It was like a lobby. They had like a vending machine. And they were like coming up and using the vending machines like in front of us. Like I remember a guy giving a tour to his like family. There's like 7, 8-year-old. I'm sitting there on a bench in handcuffs. I'm like waving, like, hi. And they would try to speak to me in French, like, oh, I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't speak fucking French. You're like, oh, English? I was like, dude, fuck you. At first I was being polite, but when I knew I was not too fucked, I started being a smartass. But they kept speaking French to us. Well, at first they were like English. I was like, no. I said they were like, oh, and they're speaking English. And they're talking with the cops in front of me and my brother. And then when they left, I was talking to my brother. I was like, what are they saying? Because my brother speaks really good French. He's lived in France. He lived in West Africa for years. He's been to Haiti. He's in the Peace Corps, Doctors Without Border, and their language is French. So he knows how to like read email. He does that shit. So he knows French. So we didn't tell him that shit. We're just letting him talk in front of us. So after they left, I was like, what are they saying? And he was like, I have no idea. I was like, you speak French? He's like, they're not speaking French, dude. He's like, they are not speaking French. He's like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but it ain't fucking French. So, oh man. So they fucking, eventually they're like, the fine's going to be like $650. And I was like, what's that in real money? And they're like, it was like 500 American. And I was like, I don't have any Canadian money on me. Like, oh, we have an ATM. So I was like, Kevin, let me see your ATM card. My brother, he had the money on his account. So we had to use his card. And that's when I really started being an asshole to him. So I was like, so how much is this bribe? And they were like, it's 500. It's 600. I was like, how much in real money? I was like, no, well, this fine. Like, it's a fine, sir. I was like, no, it's a bribe. I was like, this is a straight up a fucking bribe. This is bullshit. I was like, this shit was legalized nationally. Like, what the fuck are you talking? I don't know why you guys are harassing me. And here again, it's like been hours. Like, what's been legalized nationally? And I was like, weed. I pulled out my phone. This smartass was like, is it? And I was like, yeah. I pulled out my phone and just Googled the laws in Canada. I was like, yeah, you're allowed to have an ounce here. And he was like, is it legal where you just came from? I was like, yeah. And I Googled, it's like legal to have a half ounce out of Vermont. Like, I was showing them the laws. Like, actually, you guys have legalized it nationally. So it is legal. And it's legal in the state I came from. So what the fuck's the problem? Then, so they're kicking me out. And I had to sign all this paperwork, like 30 pages. And the first page I signed my name. And I was like, fuck this. I started doing an X. And the guy was like, put your signature. And I was like, I don't remember how I put it. So then I just started signing X's. For some reason, that really pissed him off. And then they're like kicking me out. And he was like, you got to go back to America. And I was like, I don't need any fucking permission from a Canadian to go back to America. And then I was like, this is a bullshit Commonwealth. And he was like, this is a country. I was like, this is a Commonwealth. He's like, no, it's a country. I was like, it's a fucking Commonwealth underneath England. You're not a real country. You're still England's bitch. And he was like, no, we're a country. We have a prime minister. And I said, yeah. And above that is a representative of the Queen and then the Queen of England. Because I got in a huge drunken argument with a comic one night about all this. So I knew all the facts. I was like, no, dude, you have a representative. You're a Commonwealth. He's like, we're a country. I pulled out, I was like, who's this on your fucking money? The Queen of Canada? And then behind him was like a 4 by 6 foot oil painting of the Queen of England. I was like, who the fuck is that behind you? That's the Queen of England. Was that the Queen of Canada? I was like, you're a Commonwealth. I was like, you fought against us in the War of 1812, motherfuckers. You fucking loyalist. Like, so he gave me some paperwork. He gave me a piece of paper. He's like, give this to the guy at the American border. He'll let you back in. And I crumpled it up in front of him. And then I got to the border, the American border. It's like 10 feet behind me once we got back in our car after I paid our bribes. And the American guy literally just waved to me. I didn't have to show the paper. I wish I'd kept the paper. I wish I'd been funny and like recorded it and took photos, but I was too pissed. At first, I thought I might be going to jail because I have a warrant in Tennessee for a year. And the lady at this computer was like, you've been to prison. I was like, I've never, because prison means federal. I've been to jail, which means county. I was like, I've never been to prison. And she's like, says here you did a year in prison. I was like, I've never done a year in prison. I've done 2 months, but I have an open warrant for a year, which legally she could detain me for 30 days. But I wasn't going to point that out to her. But she was reading it wrong or the computer was wrong. I was like, no, I have a fucking arrest warrant, bitch. You could detain me right now if you wanted to. I've never been to prison, though. But for whatever reason, she was reading it wrong. And I wasn't going to correct her. So I was like, sure. I went to prison for a year. So I got kicked out. That's the story. But it was beautiful what I saw.
From the border.
Yeah, from the Vermont border, 20 feet into it. It was amazing. Yeah. So, anyways, that's a Canada story.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's
Still
funny. I've
taking
never told
bribes.
you that. I've known both you guys for years. I thought, yeah, it happened like 3 years ago.
No, I think you told me it once, but not so concise.
Yeah, all the details and
What should I do next? I'll just play this song. It's fun. It's about Philippines. They all
hell yes.
don't have a clever blah blah blah. I don't have a clever segue. I have a dumb one that doesn't move no matter what you do to it.
Dumb segues are cool.
I think they're just called scooters.
Yes.
Get a scooter. Hey, Scooter. We're going to the Waffle House, Scooter.
This
My
song's
friends call me Scoot for short.
Scoot.
Just call me Scoot.
The song's This Is Not a Splatorium. Don't know what that means. By the artist The Spiral, off the same compilation we've been listening to, Know Your Enemy. I don't know, no segue. It's just a fun song. And 3, 2, 1.
Bisag unsaon na tong pagreklamo, mura ra tag iro nga sigig paghot. But then again,
Exaggerated mandate, a high-flying banner of the new regime. But then they drag bodies, running stories. It's been
of your rights, if any, and express your objection thereto at the first opportunity before a judge or public prosecutor. If the persons making the arrest are in civilian clothes and refuse to give their names and proof of their office, refuse to go with them. If you are told that you are not being arrested but merely invited for questioning, reply that you will first consult your lawyer. If they do not allow you to consult your lawyer, refuse to go with them. If they insist, their acts become an arrest and apply the preceding steps. If all else fails, pray to your maker that you will still see the light of day again.
This is not a spatorium with a, there's my segue about how to handle police bullshit.
Damn, that last bit was heavy.
Yeah. Well, it
It's like-
has to be.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get like information out is through music. And you put a catchy tune to it, give people something to think about. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do music in the first place was there's like big books and theories that I've read, but it's always songs I come back to repeat in my head.
That was a good one. I'm scared to think about what the cops can do to you. Like I know the cops here in America suck. I can't imagine like what the cops there do. Like when you
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I bet they're-
disappear.
I have no idea. Thank God I have no
Scary.
idea.
Yeah. Like I know like the cops, I know some people listen like overseas. It's like when you live in America, every person's like, in Europe, everything's perfect. And it's like, so it's like, I know we're considered to have some good cops, but compared to Europe, man, they're really fucked up here.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up things with our cops here. But it's like America, but with less rules and regulations on the cops. In fact, given free reign to just again kill drug dealers. And
They can claim anyone's a drug dealer they want, basically.
yep. And
Yeah, no trial, no nothing.
did
That's
you
just
know
insane.
ISIS took over one of their cities for a hot minute?
No.
The city of Marawi and the Mindanao was for like 3 months under siege after ISIS affiliated groups basically invaded. What was happened was their leader was in the city and the cops came to try to arrest him. And then all their guerrilla affiliates from the countryside swarmed into the city and took over for like 3 months. ISIS controlled the city of Marawi.
That's terrifying.
And basically it was a city under siege and they kind of destroyed the fucking city. Not just the ISIS, but also the Philippine army. And so their anti-terrorism bill, which this album is against, sprang from that a bit. And that's one of their excuses to further crackdowns on activists and anybody deemed a threat to the regime.
A red commie,
Yeah.
like we did in
NPA.
America.
Do you know who the NPA are? The New People's Army?
No.
They're a communist guerrilla group in the Philippines that have been like off and on fighting the government since the Marcos dictatorship. And Marcos used them as an excuse to create martial law and basically take iron-fisted control of the Philippines for decades.
Wonder if we're gonna have a repeat of that with Bong Bong.
We might, yeah, because the communists, the NPA had a resurgence under Duterte, though at first they were for Duterte in a very weird, complicated thing because Duterte somehow united the communists against the drug dealers. And it was a very weird thing. The NPA were also known for like raiding farms and anything to survive in their guerrilla war. Here's another great song from the Palomas. This is Cynthia Valor Saved My Farm from the MPA. And I think they do a pretty good description of kind of what it was like. Minute 32 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, the MBA steals all my cows, my pigs, my crops from my old house until Cynthia saved me. She told me that I should leave, she had this trick up in her sleeve, and now the MBA can't steal from me. 'Cause my farm is a subdivision, yeah, my farm is a subdivision. The MBA can't steal anything because my farm is now a subdivision. Now the NBA cannot steal unless they think concrete's a meal. The farm I used to have is gone. All they can do now is just wish that someone's daughter's a radical bitch. My farm is now safe thanks to Cynthia Villar. My farm is a subdivision, yeah, my farm is a subdivision. The NBA can steal anything because my farm is now a subdivision.
That was Cynthia Valor Saved My Farm from the MPA by the Palomas. And I love that that song.
Great farm too.
It describes how people like real estate agents
How the hell farm?
tragedy and use anything really to gentrify the place. And
Like sell houses and shit.
yeah, make concrete farms. And you can't steal concrete. Well,
I'm
why
gonna have to
not?
duck out pretty soon. It's like 12:30
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. Right.
Alright.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, well, we'll call it. One more song, but what'd you think of our tale? Have you learned more about the Philippines tonight?
Yeah, it's made me very sad.
You're at least aware of what's going on and who's in charge, and
It's like a combination plate of like the worst dictator and then the next worst dictator, just like right after each other, just crammed into the same bill now, where they're president and vice president.
yeah,
political
the vice
dynasty.
president is Duterte's daughter, but Duterte himself was invited to the cabinet.
So he's still gonna wield influence.
Yes. So he's definitely in there, and again, the other dictator's son will be president. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't look good.
Looks like I'm not going there for a while,
No.
especially as a communist. And I mean, look at me. They're gonna say I'm a drug addict.
Yeah, well, they'd catch us all on that, and they'd be wrong about you.
Yeah, do you smoke pot, John? You don't smoke, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, you'd
Oh,
be
you're the
shot
only
first,
non-drug
but
addict.
the
Yeah, like,
innocent one.
Yeah, you could wave to me and they're dragging us in the back. Like, see you guys.
You got to snitch on us?
Hell no.
Yeah, huh? They take us to the gulags there. You can put money on our books. You think the jails there are nice? It's like those ones like where you can do your own laundry and play handball all day, or
Or is that the one they do the dances, the Gangnam Style dance, or the Soldier Boy dance?
Thriller.
I'd be down for that. That's the kind of jail I need.
Yeah, I believe that's what they do. I'm sure all of the jails are like that.
Just shoot you in the fucking head. They probably say, we're all gonna do the Gangnam Style dance. They're like, oh, cool, man. And you just get out there, just like blast. Like Rough.
Well, yeah, one last song, and you can see why people would not like the government at all in the Philippines.
Are these bands, by the way, like still in the Philippines, or have they like
Yes,
boogied
I
out?
believe they're all still in the Philippines.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, it's kind of put a target on their back too. So yeah, support them. Get this album. It's free, but give them money. Give them as whatever you feel like giving. This is another band, one-man band again. This is the Palomas. This song is called Activist. And I think it describes the feelings of many people. Actually, no, it definitely describes the feelings of many people who have become, what's the word? Extremified. There's a word for it. I know it. Terroristified.
Cool.
Radicalized.
Radicalized. That's the word.
Radicalized.
Radicalized.
I was way off.
Well, this song is called Activist. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I don't wanna be an activist anymore. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I don't wanna be an activist anymore. I'm so tired of protests. I'm so tired of rallying. I'm tired of fighting for my rights by holding up signs because nothing seems to be happening. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I don't wanna be an activist anymore. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I wanna be a terrorist. I don't wanna be an activist anymore.
And that was Activist by the Palomas off the album Province of Vagina.
That song was awesome.
Pretty
That
straight
was
to the
great
point.
lyrics.
He wants to be a terrorist.
At a certain point, it gets real frustrating holding up signs and marching and getting nothing done. So you just want to blow something up.
And a lot of people have taken that route in the Philippines, whether it's communist or radical ISIS. It's all there.
How America was made.
Well, that too. Yep. And that will be it for tonight. I hope everybody learned something.
Sorry about having to cut so early.
All right. Hallelujah. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good
Doctor.
night.
Good night, Rob.
Mahalo. See y'all.
See y'all.
LA Nui Lono.
I'm so tired of protests.